Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're taking a test drive on the Compact 60 by AER. I first became familiar with AER through a rig rundown we did with Tommy Emmanuel, who pound for pound, probably my favorite acoustic player ever to be. And we later did a rig rundown with Eric Johnson, who, he's Eric Johnson. And interestingly enough, same amp. So with those kind of ringing endorsements, they are on to something. So before I tell you about this very cool amp, I'll tell you about how recording it. Actually, I'm playing Perry Bean's guitar. This is his Alvarez-Riari. It is a, what is this, Perry? It is a DY95 from 2003. Perry's old friend. Sounds great, got the proprietary pickup in it. We're running a Klotz cable directly out of this into the AER. We're in the first channel now, we're trying both. We're running a direct out with the XLR, although there's different options. You can run a line out with a 1/4 inch. We're doing the XLR out because it seems more studio-y. I think that's what Tommy Emmanuel and Eric Johnson are both doing as well. And then we're also miking the sound of the speaker way off with this Royer R121. So it's giving you kind of a basic kind of room sound. And we'll give you one, then the other, then the blend. In fact, let's do that right now. This is just the direct sound, the XLR out. Now let's go to the mic, just the mic alone. Now I think both Tommy and Eric Johnson, they use the amp primarily the speaker as a stage monitor, but then they run the line out to the front of house. Now the people in the first couple rows are probably hearing the amp, but they're not micing it, but they're running the line out. But on stage, those guys hear it, and in the room, man, this thing sounds great. Number one, it's a great sounding, a very transparent acoustic amp. But on top of that, it has some killer effects, which actually, why don't I get into that right now? Right over here in the effects section, you have a choice of 3 different. The first is a short delay, second is a long, first is a short reverb, second is a long reverb, then there's a delay, and actually a 4th setting is the chorus. Chorus isn't really my bag, but let's give you a little flavoring of all of them. And what's really cool, you get not just you get a blend level with it, so you can kind of blend in the level how much you want. I've got it fairly conservative right now. I've got it on the first short reverb, and I've got it probably at about, we'll say 9 o'clock for this kind of tone right here. But let's get her wet. Let's bring it up halfway. Nice, right? All the way up into crazy surf land. Wow, right? Okay, I'm going to bring it down to a more reasonable level. Let's bring about 9 o'clock when we do the second setting, the reverb. Flipping it over, there's a little notch as you change, so. So there it is. Let me turn it up halfway. Man, anymore I'm such a reverb junkie. I tend to overuse it. So I can see myself kind of getting in trouble because it sounds so good like that. And then when you get crazy wet, it's, well, crazy wet. Really, man, like a cathedral. Next we have delay, the third setting. Do the same bit. Cool. I would like to, it's just set, it'd be nice if it had a tap tempo. I know I'm asking a lot. Maybe the boys in R&D are thinking about that anyway, but it'd be nice to be able to kind of change your time, get it in sync. Crank it up a little bit more so you can really hear it. So delay's delay, very cool. Oh, I also would like to mention that if you can plug in any foot switch, I've just got this old PV one I had laying around, but dry, wet. So it's nice to have that kind of control at your foot. Next is the chorusing. Let me try that. Flipping it to the third or fourth setting rather. Here we go. Actually right there, subtle, it's really nice. But I missed the verb. I wish you could have both chorusing and verb. Let me turn it up a little bit more so you can really hear it. Cool, bring it up a little bit more, just extreme. So yeah, if chorusing is your bag, absolutely has it. But I'm gonna bring it back to that first verb because that's what I like the best. Let's tell you some of the other cool features. Number one, there's a tuner out of the back of it, which is great. So you won't have that in your signal flow. So right now I'm just running this Klotz cable directly in, which I like. One cable is always better than two for a direct in. Also has sends for effects. You want to add something else, so it's got a send and return effects loop, which is great. Already mentioned the two different outputs, 1/4 inch, one with an XLR. Has a headphone out as well. So because this does sound so good, it makes just an acoustic in the room sound well, a little blasé because you're not getting that verb and that cool sound. So yeah, it's even got the headphone for you kind of people that like to plug in when you're at home. So some of the features are 2 channels, one 8-inch speaker, and the 2 channels have some interesting bits to it. The first one has this color option, which that is with it. That was with it depressed, and here's with it off. The color is just giving me a little bit of that high-end sizzle, which, but I like them both. I think this sounds great. This is with it off, so you're just a little dark, a little warmer. Like it, kind of warm, kind of jazzy, cool. With the color depressed, gonna pop out a little bit more, kind of more present. So, it's all to taste. Otherwise, the EQ is just bass, middle, treb, doing exactly what you'd imagine those sorts of things doing. Here's where the application gets really cool. You've got this other input that gives you either a choice of a 1/4 inch in or an XLR. You could plug a mic into this thing if you're doing the singer-songwriter thing and actually sing through it for a little gig. There's a button you press to switch between one or the other. Other than that, 3-band EQ like the other. It has one master, but a gain on each individual channel, so you can adjust them. And where that would come in handy for a lot of you, if you're multi-instrumentalists, is you could set your volume on channel A with your guitar and say, set channel B for your mandolin, which I happen to have. Give me a minute, let's plug it in right now. Okay, now we're in mandolin land. This is my old Weber Bighorn model. I'm running directly out of the Weber pickup with into channel 2. I've got it completely flat, but I goosed up the gain a little bit so it'll be a little bit close to the same volume. The Alvarez is way louder. So let's just see what we got. Man, that's in the room. That sounds really good. I might shave off the bass a little bit because I'm more about like reductive EQ. To me, it's usually about what you take away. So I think just bringing down slightly in the bottom might kind of make it ring a bit truer. Right? I like that better. So it's cool you've got all those options to dial in several different instruments into one loud 60-watt clean platform. Very cool. So the AER Compact 60 is indeed compact. It's tiny. In fact, surprisingly loud and boisterous for its tiny weight and size. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe to our huge YouTube channel, maybe get the hard copy sent to your house. Check out us on Instagram, all that jazz. This is John Bollinger. Till next time.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.